We're here at the JST Compete High Performance Centre, aka High Performance CrossFit, and we've just had the 22.2 open announcement, and it's 1 up to 10, back down to 1 of deadlifts and bar facing burpees. Okay, I'm pretty sure the first thing everyone did was calculator out and calculate exactly how many reps of each exercise it is, and it's 100. Okay, it's 100 deadlifts and 100 bar facing burpees, and that's a very important figure to remember during this workout when you're going to think about how you're going to pace your way through it. Okay, it's 100 reps. 100 reps of deadlifts at 225 for guys, which is 102 kilos, and 100 reps of 155 for girls, which is 70 kilos. Okay, that for anyone, no matter how big your deadlift is a lot of deadlifts. So that's the main thing, first of all, that we want to think about. The first note that I've got on the board here is rep speed. Rep speed is greater than or more important than going unbroken. Okay? Going unbroken doesn't necessarily correlate with a fast time or correlate even with your fastest time. Okay? Rep speed and consistency of rep speed over the workout will correlate with the fastest time that you can put out on this workout. Okay? So please don't get caught up in, I'm going to keep these deadlifts unbroken, or I'm going to stay unbroken until a certain point. Okay? Or at least get to the 10 and go unbroken and then start breaking it up. Take away that kind of strategy and let's think about breaking them early and minimizing the amount of time under tension you put your posterior chain throughout all of the deadlifts. Okay? I would say, as a rough guide, start thinking about breaking up those deadlifts, at least when you get to the round of 6s. Okay? At 6s, you could break that into 2 sets of 3, and mentally, that's a much nicer thing to have to approach once you come out of that 5th burpee, just to do 3 reps deadlift. You do 3 reps deadlift, and then you can take a breath, get some oxygen in, you can give your back that little bit of a break, and then you just do 3 again, okay? And now we've kept our reps, like 5 is the highest set that you would have completed at that point. And if we can keep it that way throughout the whole workout, so you'll never end up doing more than 5 reps, then you may never end up under tension on a deadlift for longer than 10 seconds, okay? And that's a really key thing when we're trying to think about muscular endurance and staying consistent through this workout, okay? Break the deadlifts up early. Try and keep them in sets of 3, 4s, and 5s. Okay? So 6s might be 2 3s. 7 might be 4 and a 3. 8, 4, 4. 9, either 3 3s or 5 and a 4. 10, a couple of options. 5 5, 6 4, 4 3 3. And then back down 9s, 8s, 7s as you came back up. Okay? And then when we get to the point of 5 on the last round, might you want to start thinking about, right, I'm going to do one, I've got a big set of 5 now, and then I'm down in the 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, and the workout is pretty much nearly done by the time you get there. Okay? So let's really think about those big chunks of sets, the 8s to the 8s, and then the 6s and the 7s. I feel like the higher the standard you are, maybe you want to start thinking about breaking that when you get to the 8s. But if you're aiming for quarter-final qualification, let's go from the 6s to start thinking about breaking up the deadlifts there, okay? And making sure that when we're breaking them and when we are doing sets, it's fast rep speed, so that the time under tension, like we said, is always kept down to a minimum, okay? An important thing to point out is from the first set of 8 to the second set of 8, including those sets, that's 44% of the workout right there. That's 44 reps of each exercise, okay? So that's a large chunk. And if we're getting into that large chunk of the workout there, just under half the workout, and we've already rocked up some good fatigue because we've grinded out some slower reps to get the 6 unbroken, the 7 unbroken, we're going to suffer when we get to these next 5 rounds, okay? Make sure you get into that big chunk of the workout there, and that's when you can start grinding through the workout, okay? That's when you can start pushing, that's when you can start suffering, and that's when you need to start keeping it together. When you get out the back of that, the finish line, you can see the finish line, we might not be able to see it, but you can sense the finish line, okay? And as soon as those reps start coming down, you can start, hopefully, just picking the speed up so we finish fast. Okay, so that's the deadlifts. In terms of overall pacing for this workout, so thinking about both exercises, Matt Fraser said it well on the live announcement interview that he did. It's a trap. The workout is a trap. It's 1 deadlift, 1 burpee, 2, 2, 3, 3. For anyone at most levels, well, pretty much anyone at most levels, yeah, it feels like an easy start to the workout. So everyone's going to get drawn into going super fast, okay? Don't. Enjoy a paced start. Enjoy being able to do 1 deadlift, step back, 1 burpee, jump over, and then 2 deadlift. Just enjoy that part, okay? If you get your head down and nail that part, you do 1, boom, straight down the floor, bounce off the floor, get over the bar, boom, boom, 2. Your heart rate is going to just shoot up because there's a lot of up and down, there's a lot of jumping, up and down movement. You're going super quick, you'll be bounding off the floor, your heart rate will get to max very, very quickly, okay? And I think we saw a little bit of it with Laura Horvath. She had finished the round of 5s at 40 seconds, and you could tell she had realised at that point that she was stuck. She had regretted potentially starting out that quick, okay? Open announcement vibes, it's just what happens. So, enjoy a pace start, okay? Stay relaxed and just try and keep a pace that you feel this is how I'll be doing. This is the pace that I'll be holding when I'm in the rounds of 8s, 9s, 10s. Don't start out at a pace that you won't be able to hold on the 8s, 9s and 10s, okay? Make sure it's something that you can be consistent with until we get out the back end of that middle chunk and we start getting to the 7s, 6s, 5s towards the end of the workout. Then we can start getting our faster reps in if you've got it in the tank, okay? Burpees. This is probably going to be the most talked about thing for the whole of the next 4 days. The standards say it doesn't have to be a 2-foot takeoff and it doesn't have to be a 2-foot land. The announcement said it has to be a 2-foot takeoff and it can be a 1-foot land, okay? I imagine, I'd have hoped that gets cleared up in the next 24 hours. But the standards do say you don't have to take off with 2 feet and you don't have to land with 2 feet, okay? So let's have a look at the options. First of all, I'd say is for everyone, stay as relaxed and as low as possible, okay? Put the minimum amount of effort you need to put into each rep, okay? Don't over jump the burpee, stay low, don't stand up too much, stay low, peel yourself up off the floor with a good bit of speed, but no kind of explosive movement, okay? And just make sure we can just really just stay low, relaxed, and consistent on those burpees throughout every set, okay? This is the type of approach that I'd be looking for on the burpees and how to stay relaxed, okay? So just go for a couple of reps. Okay, as you can see there, I actually got no rep because I kicked the bar, but as you can see there, just really like not trying to react with the floor, just keeping a good rep speed cycle, but just staying as low and just as relaxed as possible, and just putting as minimum effort I need to put in to do a burpee, okay? If we start off like that, then we know that we can maintain that and we know we can really start grinding to keep that pace in the middle part of the workout. And then if we've got anything left in the chest, in the arms, and the triceps, we can start pushing off the floor faster, pulling the legs up to the hands faster to get over that barbell when we get into that last part of the workout, okay? In terms of your feet, as usual, everyone's going to be thinking about burpees for the next 4 days when we probably do hundreds of them every single week. But stepping up is probably likely going to be the go-to for a lot of people. We all know that stepping up out of the burpee is just going to save your posterior chain. You don't have to get that hamstring loading and that lower back loading and then get into the deadlift and get the same. The step up just takes a little bit off. You don't have to push up as high. You can get yourself in closer to the bar, and you don't have to jump as far over as well, okay? So step up and out of the burpee, and then really they've taken out all of the movement standards that then happens. But they do say that you're not allowed to step over the bar. So by stepping over the bar, they would mean both feet are on the floor at the same time, okay, but either side of the bar. I'd count that as a step, okay? So stepping over the bar is not allowed, but jumping over the bar with a 1 foot takeoff and a 1 foot land is allowed, okay? The difference between a step, both feet are on the ground at the same time, and a 1 foot jump, there's a point in time where both feet are off the ground, okay? As the standards are out, as on the Thursday night when it's been released, that is allowed, okay? So let's have a look at what a few reps with the single leg jump and land looks like, with the relaxed technique as I did before. Okay, and already I can feel that little bit of time that I'm saving from just bringing both feet up to the bar and doing the jump, which we're probably all used to, okay? Also, it just feels a little bit nicer in the legs, that I don't have to get that extra step, and I can just land and rotate and go back with the other one. I feel a little bit like a ballet dancer going over with one leg. So, to break it up, I'm going to step up. I can use the leg that I've stepped up to jump, land with the other leg, rotate, and that leg's already gone back. Okay, that to me feels like a really easy burpee, okay, and that's where we want to be going, because we don't want to make the deadlifts any harder than they'll already be at that weight and for those rep schemes, okay. That's pretty much the most of the things there. The main parts are, let's minimize the amount of time under tension when we're on the deadlift for the higher sets. Enjoy a pace start and just stay really relaxed on the burpees, okay? Make sure that you can just maintain the same pace throughout the whole of the workout. Similar advice to what we gave on 22.1. Your best score will be the pace, the highest pace that you can sustain throughout the whole of the workout. If you start dropping off drastically, you've not paced, from like 10 and down, you've not paced the 1 to 10 the right way for you, okay? You want to be able to still maintain that same pace until you get to the 5, and at the 5 then you can either speed it up, or you can then just still keep maintaining that same pace, but your effort after that 5 is at a max, okay? It doesn't mean necessarily that your pace is increasing. It's your highest sustainable pace that will get you the best score on this workout, okay? With, ideally, breaking up the deadlifts to minimize that time under tension, okay? And as a bit of a tip, I do feel like, and I spoke to a couple other of our guys, this has the highest chance of a video request, just because of the 2 really simple exercises, especially the deadlift, where it just shows like, it's a really simple one to judge, but it shows capability and it shows if the athlete, you know, has got scope for, you know, other exercises that might have been in other workouts as well. So make sure, as usual, your standards are up to scratch. Make sure your judge is keeping you to them. And if you are someone that's going to have to video, just make sure your video is set up perfectly and you can clearly see the standards from any direction. Okay? Enjoy, team. That's all for me. In fact, that's not all for me. This is going to get you sore. Okay? Lower backs are going to be sore. Hamstrings, lower backs. Just do it well the first time. Okay? Especially if you know that you're going to get past quarterfinals. This is not a workout. You don't want to do 100 deadlifts on a Friday and then do 100 deadlifts on a Monday. Okay? Because the rest of that week's training is going to be scuppered and you're going to be going into 22.3, probably quite fatigued from doing 200 deadlifts in 4 days, all right? Do it once, do it well, knock it on the head, give it your best effort, think about your pacing before you go in so you can approach it well, and then just give it full beans, all right? Good luck, team. Look forward to seeing your scores on the leaderboard. See ya.